People, what I'm about to release my losers on the Carolina Panthers roster post draft, and I included one Jadeveon Clowney in the thumbnail. I already recorded the episode. Literally 45 minutes after that, the real Jadeveon Clowney gets released. Saves the Panthers $7.6 million in cap space, some $6 million in dead cap. Guess he kind of was a loser in the end of it. Not a loser as a man, just a loser post draft. Also, could be a winner. Justin Blackmon, come on down and play with the Carolina Panthers as safety. Panther people have okay. Again, I'm literally editing my losers post draft episode. First, Davion Clowney, he's in the episode. He gets released an hour later. Now, Jonathan Brooks in the episode. Now put on the physically unable to perform list, meaning his 2025 season is done. Something that I thought was going to happen anyways. We're not going to see him until the 26th season. I'm still releasing the episode, but just want to let you guys know. I said all this stuff before all this front office stuff happened. Going on and watch a Panthers post. Before I get started, make sure you click the link below to get yourself a Panthers post t-shirt. I worked on this with my brother. The man has worked with Marvel's superhero movies, and you can see the Panther on the back is a superhero. In particular, maybe a super villain in Bane. He's been in the darkness, working out, putting in the work since 2015 when the Panthers lost Super Bowl 50, just putting in the work. Dealing with the Matt Rule stuff, dealing with the Frank Reich stuff, dealing with the David Tepper's the worst owner of all pro sports, and now he's back up. He is ready to go. He is ready to keep pounding, and this shirt is for you. You order it, they make it on the spot, they send it to you. It's based in Missouri, low shipping fees or no shipping fees if you spend $100 or more. Do it, support the channel, and I appreciate you. Talk about some of the losers after the draft. This is a very accomplished draft. Basically, everybody, unless you're Mel Kiper, has said that this draft is at least an A-, and I feel the same way. It feels like this was strategic, it was intentional, it was confident, and just the actual position that they got in this draft class, it fits the needs. But there's also guys who have first-round grades. I talked to our friend Daniel Kelly, friend of the show, former scout with the New York Jets, famously said that Shedeur Sanders is an undraftable player. He almost got there, getting drafted in the fifth. Has said that he had a first-round grade on guys like Nick Scorton and Princely. So, and they got picked in the second and third round respectively. So that's a massive win. That's like 3 first-round picks if you include Tetsuo McMillan. So very great draft class, and with that, increased competition for everybody. Veterans, guys who just got drafted. So they're not losers. It's just they're gonna have a little bit of tight butt syndrome. They're gonna have to work a little hard. They're gonna have to put a little bit more time in the film room, put a little bit more time in therapy and in working out because there's someone just breathing right down their neck. So let's start with some of the losers. And I hate to say it, but Jonathan Brooks. I was excited about him coming out of Texas. I thought he added something a little bit different than Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard, definitely a straight line guy. In college, he had breakaway speed. Haven't really seen that in the pros. But Jonathan Brooks had that. He had the elusiveness. He also had the power. He had the catch in the backfield ability. He had all those things. And, when he tore his ACL, I thought, okay, that's not a big deal. ACLs this day and age, like you barely even have a scar. You have a couple holes in your knee. It just looks like bad knee acne. That's what it looks like. You don't have these massive scars in your knee anymore. They're not opening you up and tearing you apart. They barely even cut you open. So I thought he'd be back and he'd be good to go. I said this before the Germany game against the Giants. I thought they rushed it a little bit. Like he didn't look in game shape. Like we're used to footage of seeing Saquon Barkley squatting 600 pounds. Cleaning 400 pounds. We've saw Chuba Hubbard in the offseason before last year doing the exact same thing, lifting heavy weights. Just, you can't strengthen your knee with the knee. You got to strengthen the muscles around your knee. And it just looked like Jonathan Brooks, he kind of had, no disrespect, like skinny legs. Like, obviously, they're probably bigger than mine, bigger than yours. But compared to Chuba, compared to Saquon, like there was a running back when I went to high school in the city championships, broke his thigh bone in half. And it didn't break through the skin, doctors say, because his thighs were so freaking thick. They were so juicy. There was no bone sticking out. His musculature kept his bone in place. It broke, but it wasn't like breaking out of his leg and he was bleeding to death and it didn't hit any arteries. His quads and hammies kept it in place. I look at Jonathan Brooks, I'm like, his legs they don't look like they're in midseason form. They don't. And the fact that they didn't have him playing on the Bayern Munich field turf or natural grass, they thought that was risky. Then if you can't handle that, your ACL is no good. So either way, he tore the same ACL. I don't know what his future is going to be like. Could he be another wasted second round pick like Jonathan Mingo? Potentially. Like there's a real greater than 50% chance that he never plays for the Panthers ever again. So then they picked up Etienne out of the University of Georgia, and he kind of offers the same things in a smaller package than Jonathan Brooks. And we had Rico Dowdle, who I think, yes, it's a 1-year deal, but hey, if you can flip him, trade him or whatever, or I could also see him just signing a longer contract with the Panthers and just being this 1-2 punch with Chuba Hubbard. Then you sprinkle in a little Travis Etienne in the mix. Jonathan Brooks is kind of out of the loop. Like the man hasn't played real football by that point once he's healthy. It's not going to be this year. I don't think he's coming back this coming year. I think he's going to be in the year after that, 26, 27. And then by that point, you kind of have to look at him like, are you going to play? Are you going to be at this level? Like, what's going on? That's like another 2 draft classes of fresh, young, healthy running backs. Like, are you really going to give this guy a chance? I don't know. And so while I know I started this video saying these guys aren't losers, as in like they're not going to be on the team, they're just going to be a little bit challenged. He already has a challenge with tearing the same ACL twice in a year, but now he's got a fresh new rookie running back out of Georgia, and he got Rico Dowdle. Probably feels a little disrespected after running 1,000 yards with the Dallas Cowboys and getting no other offers except from the Carolina Panthers. He looks like he's the odd man out. He looks like a bit of a loser here. I'm sorry. Another guy. Hate to pick on the University of Texas. I love Austin. But JT Sanders got to put in the work. They re-signed Tommy Tremble, so they clearly believe in Tommy Tremble, as I do. As a blocker, he had some pretty clutch catches, maybe one of the most iconic Bryce Young touchdowns thus far in Atlanta with the turnaround touchdown Steph Curry shot. He seems like a great locker room guy. Like I would genuinely go for multiple beers with Tommy Tremble, and it'd probably be the death of me, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. So they believe in him. And then they get Mitchell Evans, also a Golden Domer, massive man, reliable, good hands, not super fast, but he's massive. They just let that Colin Granger cat out of Coastal Carolina, who's never played football since at least since middle school. They let him go. So you let the big white go. You brought in another big white guy, square jaw, great facial features. He's going to be the guy. He's going to be the end zone threat as well, just as a big body. JT Sanders, no fault of his own, was out last year due to the concussion. Super athletic dude. I think he's going to be a threat no matter what. I think you have a great 3-headed monster in the tight end room. I've said it before. It's going to be a very interesting interesting position group as well as the wide receiver group. But it's not that he's not going to play anymore. It's not like they're going to cut him or trade him. It's just going to be a little bit more pressure. So you got 2 Notre Dame guys, and then you got you. You already know they're going to have a bond. JT Sanders, there's some footage during the offseason. Look a little out of shape. So he's got to shape up, tighten up, tight end up. Okay. I love what he brings to this team. I love the athleticism. I love the tenacity, all that stuff. Just a little bit more pressure on him. I don't think he's a loser. I just think a little bit more pressure. All right, let's talk about another one, the veteran guy, Jadeveon Clowney. Pressure on him as well. They're already talking about trading him, but potentially talking about trading Jadeveon Clowney during the draft. But you had guys like Nick Scorton, who kind of reminds me of Jadeveon Clowney a little bit in terms of size, speed, and just how he plays with heavy hands. And then you get Princely. I think, again, if they want to move forward, depending on how he wants to, maybe he wants to restructure his deal, maybe if he is cool with all this, he's kind of the elder statesman, but he can still contribute. Does he believe in the team and the path that they're going on, or does he think they're going to win the NFC South, be a playoff contender? We know he wants to win a Super Bowl. Are the Panthers going to win the Super Bowl next year? Who knows? But probably not. I really wish they do, but they might win the Super Bowl in the next 3 years. I truly believe that. But there is a lot of extra competition that the competition brought into the draft, and the talks that immediately followed the draft about shopping Clowney around kind of makes you a bit of a loser. You got to have to pick up the pace a little bit. I don't know what else he can do. He's got a great resume. He seems like a great leader, but the pressure's on him. There's a target on his back just a little bit. And also, if you're a team that's still building, If you can get a couple picks with Jadeveon Clowney and you believe in the guys that you brought in already, mind you, like Patrick Jones III, they brought him as well too. He could be a role player on top of the draft picks, who again I mentioned have first round grades. He's just in himself. He's in a situation, and I hope he stays because I think he's great. All right, so let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with some of my losers? Did I miss out on a loser? Do you think some of my winners are actually losers? Maybe you think XL is a loser. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, buy a shirt, spread the word. See you guys soon.